immediately what I see here is you're starting out, two cards fell out together. That's the Queen of Cups and the Ace of Cups. Emotional situation definitely at hand here. I do feel like this is going to be in regards, it's a very powerful combination. So again, it's like it might be around more so a relationship, but I do feel two dynamics here, work and relationship seems to be present. Um, Queen of Cups, again, somebody who's very sentimental, committed to tradition, emotional, great personal growth with this card, and it's a very nurturing person. Again, could be somebody into metaphysics, could be somebody who's astrologer or, gaining some kind of insight through those things. But again, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, also relevant here. But either way, this person's very comfortable himself. And I do feel like this person satisfies you with some kind of emotional energy here. So it does feel like overall, this is a very passionate romantic connection for you, Aquarius. And it feels like the information, like the connection that you have seems to be more, it's very intuitive. It's it has a lot of depth to it. So what I want to say is your emotions have a very powerful impact with this connection here. And it feels whatever it is that's coming in for you, I feel like this is something that impacts you in a multitude of ways. You might be more spiritually connected here as well because there's very strong intuitive kind of energy as well. But there's a healing quality to this energy. When I see the Ace of Cups here, and I'm going to do it general first, and then we'll kind of get to more specific with the clarifiers. But I still feel like with the Ace of Cups, this still speaks to relationships, romance, all affairs of the heart. Summertime could be relevant here as well. Water sign, very prevalent. But there's also that energy here about seeking a deeper meaning to life as well as in your relationships. So whatever that is for you, it does seem to be at a very deep emotional. So I feel like you're finding some kind of happier situation. Whatever this is, it just feels like it's a really deep understanding and a clear connection to something that fulfills you. In terms of a relationship or a connection, like I said, I feel like there is a shift in connection. It does feel like there may have been some battles or jealousy, but it feels like overall, you're going to see something switch out there. So I feel like I mean, when I'm seeing something here as a bit of a win, I don't know why I see it as a win, because this is weird conquering energy with the follow-up cards as a turning point in your life where things are going in your favor. But I feel like this could be something that is really good for your overall well-being. That's what I would say here. So anyway, it's you connected to spirit, very intuitive, and finding deeper meanings, heartfelt. So what I'm also say is Queen of Cups is also that it feels like it's another person that's in here as well, but somebody who's very connected to their feelings, very emotional. It could be a very emotional, supportive person. Oh, thanks, Jeffrey. I really appreciate that. Yeah, and it also feels like there's a new beginning here where there is going to be some kind of a fresh start. You're on some kind of a new emotional journey either way, and it does involve more of a self-awareness in either a relationship or a deepening of a relationship or a deepening to love. But either way, it's like an emotional breakthrough. And I say that because the main end here is the Ace of Cups. So it feels like you have a deeper connection to the heart or matters of the heart. And again, spiritual love, renewal, all of that. But it's an emotional restart, basically. The gift from the universe also comes to mind when I see this here as well. Some weird comments coming up there too from, I don't even want to mention the name, but anyway. But either way, I would just say with the of Cups and all of that here, it just feels like there's some kind of new emotional journey out there for you. And I was going to say, for the weird comment on there, I should pull a card for you to see what's going on in your life. But anyway, we'll just go back to this for a second. Anyway, so I'm just going to say and sorry, that wasn't for you, Jeffrey. That's for the other one that followed. But regardless, what I see here is there's an emotional renewal. There's more self-care. There's definitely something here about a journey that's very grounded emotionally. So deeper understanding of yourself and your own emotional needs, which I feel is helping you to flow a little differently this month in February. So again, there's something here about a new emotional start, as I said, a lot more care, empathy, understanding, and even on a romantic basis, I just feel like a relationship or even friendship where there's just a lot more support. There's a lot more understanding, fresh emotional energy that comes to mind, and it allows you to move forward with more confidence from matters, that deal with the heart space. So Definitely nurturing relationship or connection. And I see more than one here. I actually see about probably two different people, possibly three, but Aries, Leo, Sagittarius is also present here. I do see some kind of energy of somebody emotional and somebody who's very charismatic, tends to be, maybe a little bit more, draws a little more attention to themselves. But it feels like you are in a space to allow your emotions to heal and kind of renew you. And everything is moving energy, is what I see here. Lots of moving energy. I mean, everything from, the Wheel of Fortune to the Six of Wands, all of that, the Queen of Wands, it's all moving energy, and it's all around the heart space. So I feel like a lot of self-care. It's like a new chapter for a relationship. And again, doesn't have to be romantic, can be just a maturity of a relationship or a connection that you were at odds with. But either way, there's deep emotional fulfillment and spiritual growth here. Um, Again, the Wheel of Fortune, even though it's just the clarifier, it does still speak to a natural flow and a shift, a turning point in your situation, in your relationship. So there's something that involved the timing of events. So because, this is a positive phase that you're going into, I would say enjoy, because the cycles change and you want to build up as much of a base of a positive so that you can weather anything that comes at you that might be more challenging following that. So either way, Six of Wands is a victory, it's a recognition, and it does feel as though you're being celebrated and, for your efforts. So there's a sense of pride you've done is paying off in a positive way. So just again, success is coming at the right time. That's what I see with that Wheel of Fortune, and it does point to recognition and accomplishment for you. Sorry guys, just getting over a bit of a cold. But anyway, and I never get sick, but whatever. Riding the wave of good fortune is basically what that stands out as. And again, however it speaks to you, it could be in your career or personal life, but whatever it is, you're emotionally tied to it and you're very aligned with things at this time. So it's recognition after a period of change. And I feel like because your efforts are paying off, the universe is really supporting that success for you to continue on in that journey. So again, trust the process, trust the timing of things, and definitely you're going to have more confidence and a boost because of that public recognition with that Six of Wands card there. So anyway, in summary, again, you're doing the right things. There's a significant shift in your circumstances, victory for something that you've accomplished, definitely showing up here. It is more the clarifier, so it might show up a little further into March, but I still see that this is really powerful emotional cards either way for you. Then we're talking about the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands, we're shifted over here. Queen of Wands with the Death card. So this is somebody who has a leadership quality, really self-assured, very creative, very passionate. You or another person. Again, this is somebody who takes charge, is not afraid to lead. So again, this is somebody who also has a strong desire and a real ambition. So whether this is you or someone else, there is still something here. Sorry, I was just reading Turana. I'm not sure what you mean by art. Could be art because it is an inspirational sort of thing here. It is definitely an ambitious thing. This is somebody who's a doer. So this is definitely kind of speaking to, death card is transformation and it's changing something, metamorphosizing something. It represents a period of letting go of something and changing it, transitioning it. But either way, I feel like you're away for something to renew and grow. But you're in the position of making it grow. You're in the position right now of an inspiration, but there is definitely something here that's undergoing a transformation in regards to a creative thing. But again, there's still action being taken. I don't see major steps, they're micro steps. So it feels like this is definitely an inspirational card. It is moving something ahead. I do feel like, again, you've got some kind of a gain, some kind of advantage that comes in the month of February that is a reward. And I don't know, see it specifically as, wish fulfillment necessarily, but it is something that either way you are going to be appreciative of. And it does allow you to kind of reclaim your power in some way or advance something. So again, I see you transitioning into something. It's like the next chapter of your life here. You're not quite in that space. It is the clarifier, but I definitely feel like you're embracing, for a more passionate new beginning. And again, even in terms of a connection, Aquarius, this is still a turning point in that direction. So new phase where you can truly express your creative self, and there's a lot more personal power. You're more authentic in this space. I would say leadership quality for sure. And again, it could be a little on the entrepreneurial side for sure because of this empowering transformation. The Queen of Wands definitely speaks to, um, oh, you can't see the image. Sorry, I don't have like a great setup. I do things very off the cuff because I'm busy. I'm just doing it just for I just enjoy to do tarot, so I do it. But either way, I just feel like there's more of a boldness. There's a strength during this period of change. And I feel like it's the more authentic you and the best version of yourself. And even with the Knight of Cups, which is kind of a little further over here. I don't know if you can see it, but we have the, not sure which image you're looking at there, but I do have the Knight of Cups. We have the Five of Wands. We also have, this one's a little further out, so have the Knight of Pentacles. So either way, I feel like there could have been some competitive energy around you, but you are really more interested in meaningful connections in this period in the month of February. So you're fueled by your passions. You know, you've got a desire to sort of express yourself in this period, again, creatively, artistically, lots of enthusiasm coming through. And I just feel like, you know, whatever the conflict or competition or struggle for, you know, there was definitely some tension around this, whatever it is that you've been doing, internal or external challenge. I would still say that, you know, you're still asserting yourself, and it feels like with the Knight of Pentacles, it's a very grounded, practical, disciplined effort toward a long-term goal. So it's committed, steady progress, and I feel like you are doing what you need to do. It's a secure and stable, you know, value-driven ambition. But either way, I just feel like there's a lot of emotional energy that comes through here. And there is practicality with that Knight of Pentacles. It is further out, so most of this is in the emotional space. But I definitely feel like there is something here about, you know, stay grounded, you know, despite the internal or the external competition. So I feel like you will be able to get through all of this, you know, just stay in touch with your heart, your emotional desires. You know why you're doing this. You know why you're moving forward. The conflicts are just a part of the territory. And it's really about, you know, kind of keeping to the creative project. You have a desire to express yourself this month. And I definitely feel like you are in a space to, you know, stick to what works. You know what I mean? It's the grounded, practical path. And I feel like you're still taking action, you know, amidst the tension. And irregardless, could be romantic or could be career oriented, because I'm kind of getting both in this one. But it still feels like your emotions might be running a little bit higher in the work atmosphere, but in terms of your emotional space and your supportive network, that feels like it's very, you know, comfortable and is emotionally satisfying and stable. And even a certain amount of intensity can be good, you know, to, as long as it doesn't immobilize you, but it keeps you moving forward, you know, to steady progress and all of that. But either way, very responsible energy, and this is moving into March as well. I just feel like you have some kind of emotional situation that's been brought about, that really feels like it's really moved. You know, it's how do I say, emotionally, and again, it doesn't have to be romantically. Sorry, I was just reading the comment there again. It's but emotionally, I still feel like this is you following your passions, and a deeper connection is a result of that, and very in touch with your own emotions. And I just feel like the only other part that is the conflict is in around your career space. But irregardless, it feels like you just navigate and you just keep going. You're inspired. You have to express yourself in some way, and you just see it as a part of the territory. You know, for that little bit of tension, it's barely noticeable, just so you know, with that energy, but for the most part, you're steady, slow and steady progress. Of course, when we get to the final card out with that Two of Wands energy, you're right at the doorstep for something. So, you know, two is all about partnerships as well. So it could be a choice, could be a partnership, but I just feel like you're in a really good space. You have a lot of support, and it just feels like you are feeling, you know, quite content this month, emotionally. And like I said, even with your work atmosphere, I feel like there could be some kind of communication that's coming through, but I still feel like there is possibly a collaboration, a cooperation, or something that's dependent on your success there for you to be working with somebody. But either way, I feel like the goal is at hand. Good news coming in two different fronts, toward the beginning of the month and at the end of the month. And I feel like it'd be more, one is cooperative effort that's also showing up here a little further out into March. I feel like that's where you're going to be getting um, more of the advancement in some way with the Two of Wands. So, but I feel like others will start to want to be involved or involved with whatever it is that you're doing here. So, but either way, excellent cards. I feel like you're really happy this month, and it just feels like you are kind of waiting for something here a little bit. But I just feel like overall, you're really in a good space. So that's what I have for you, Aquarius. Just a quick read for you because I've been trying to do a few and I have some things to do today. I might try to do one more for one more sign, but that's what I have for you. Keep moving forward and never give